Hi everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Matilda, and if today is your first time, please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment in the comment section. In today's video, I'll be making an updated video of this overbust caged corset. This pattern does not include ease and seam allowances. Add this when you make your own product. Make this pattern and use it to create your own product faster and easier. This video is going to be the pattern drafting, okay, and I'll be doing the sewing tutorial in my next video. So if this is something you are interested in, keep on watching and let's get started. So I have already drawn out my basic block, and I have my starting line here, my chest line, my bust line, my underbust line, waistline and the hip line as well. So the next thing I am going to do is to put in my dart, okay? So go in half of your nipple to nipple measurement on these lines and go ahead and join everything together with a straight line. Now the next thing I am going to do is to put in my dart, okay? I will go out by 1 inch on both sides of the waist and do the same thing on the hip line, and then join the lines to meet the underbust and join these 2 points to meet the bust point, okay? I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. If you don't understand, do what I am doing, okay? Now we divide the shoulder into 2 equal halves, and then from this point I'm going to connect down to meet the bust point. So I will put in my body measurements, okay? So I will mark 1/4 of my bust measurement on my bust line, come down to my waistline and mark 1/4 of my waist measurement, and then measure that interval and mark it there as well. And coming down to the hip line, I will mark 1/4 of my hip measurement I will then measure my dart interval and also mark it there as well, and then join all the points together to give us the body shape for the basic bodice pattern. And then I'll go in with the marker to deepen the side here, okay? So you can also do the same thing for yours. It's not compulsory, I'm just doing it, okay? So after doing this, what I'm going to do next is my underarm dart, okay? So you divide your nape to waist measurement from your shoulder to waist measurement, okay? Mine is 2 inches different, so I will mark 2 inches and connect to meet the bust point. So now I will go up from the chest line by 3.5 inches. This is going to be where you want that pointed shape neckline to start from, and mark a straight line across these points. I will come out on both sides about 1/4 of an inch. So I will join these 2 points to meet the bust point. And extend the lines to the shoulder. Once you are through with this, you close up your side dart, okay? So I will cut through the bust line till I get to the bust point. Once you are through with this, you can now fold the dart on the shoulder like this, so that you can draw out the neckline. So we are going to draw our neckline. I want my neckline to stop on the chest line, so I will just create a round neckline from this point to the center, and also from the same point to the armhole. But before I draw that of the armhole, I need to replace that dot that I have already taken on the armhole, so that the boobs won't show. So on the top here, I came out half of an inch, and here as well. So basically I am just extending the line on the shoulder so that it's a bit wider and able to cover our bust area. And now I can connect my new armhole. So I went ahead to use my marker to deepen my armhole, okay? So you can also do the same thing for yours. If you have a curve, you can use it instead of what I am using, because that is because I can't find my own, okay? So if you have a curve, just use the curve and it will come out very nice, okay? So from this point on the neckline, I am going to connect another curve to meet the armhole like this. The aim is to have a point edge on the neckline area. So I will connect into the armhole like this. And I am using my marker to deepen out the line, okay, so that you can see it very clearly. So now that we are done with the neckline, I can go ahead and open this up and then close my side dot. So to close up the side dot, I will need to cut through of the shoulder dots like this, and now close my underarm dot. After doing that, I will come down to my waist and measure quarter of my waist measurement again, and replace my dot, which is 2 inches, and connect from the armhole to meet this side of the waistline. So guys, after doing this, I am going to create a side dot. So I will draw out a line. I made it a little slanted, okay? So after doing this, I am going to snatch my waist a bit. I will go out on both sides by 1/4 of an inch and connect the lines like this. So this area is going to be cut off, and this other dot too. So before we cut out, we need to get the length of our corset. We cannot use the full length of this blouse, okay? So from the waistline, I will come down by 4 inches, and on the other side I marked 6 inches. That's going to give me like a nice curve. So yeah, this is it. This is the center front, this is the side front 1 and 2, and these arrows are just to indicate where they are supposed to be when we are joining them together. So that's basically it. So I will go ahead and cut out this front pattern. So these are the front pattern. I will go ahead and draft out the back pattern. So guys, the back pattern is very simple. All you have to do is first of all draw out the starting line, which I already have done here, and from there you are going to measure down to your bust point, and the next one will be your shoulder to waist at the back, which is 15. Remember, our nape to waist is different from our shoulder to waist. And lastly, shoulder to the hip, okay? So when you are done with this, go ahead and draw straight lines across. So we have the shoulder line, the bust line, the waistline, and the hip line as well. So now I will go ahead and mark my armhole area. So from the slope I will come down by 8 inches. Okay, I'll mark 8 inches there, and I will use my ruler to mark a straight line. On that line, I will mark my shoulder to shoulder measurement, which is 7.5, and then mark a straight line to meet that point on the shoulder slope. From that line, I will find the midpoint and make a point there, and then go in by 1/2 of an inch. I will then draw my armhole curve. Okay, so after doing this, I will go ahead and mark in my dart. I went in by my nipple to nipple measurements, also on the chest line and on the hip line as well, and drew a straight line to meet all these points. So I will mark 1/2 inches on both sides of the waist. From the waistline, I will come down by 5.5 inches. And connect these points to meet the point on the chest line, and the bottom parts is also the same thing. So I will connect it to give me my dart. So once you are through with this, I will just add my body measurement shape. Okay, so on the bust line, I will mark 1/4 of my bust measurement. On the waistline, I will mark 1/4 of my waist measurement, replace my dart, and then same on the hip line as well. Okay, and join all the points together to give me my body shape. So the next thing we are going to do is to draw out our back neckline. From the armhole, I will just connect it to the center here. So after this, I'm going to bring in my front pattern and align it with the back pattern on the waist, so that you get exactly where your waist should be on the back pattern. Okay, so once you've marked that, I went ahead to connect it back to the waist, and then from this button part of the back pattern. So here I will draw out a straight line, and another one here, and another one here too. This is just to help me realize this area is going to be having an eyelet, so that I don't forget. Okay, so you can also do that on your pattern paper, but then if you remember, you can just leave it like that. Okay, so now you are just going to divide what you have on this other side into 2 equal halves, and I am just going to draw a straight line. Now, just like we did for the front pattern, come out 1/4 of an inch on both sides, and I will just connect the lines to form a dart. This will help us snatch the waist for the back pattern as well. Now, if you bring the side front and the side back close together, you can see how they actually align. So now I just labeled my back pattern. So now I am just going ahead to cut out the back pattern. Okay, so this is what we have for the back pattern. Okay, and I've labeled it 1, 2, Sorry. So these are all the patterns we will be working with for this tutorial. This is all for this tutorial. Please subscribe and press on the notification bell so that when I post the sewing video, you'll be notified. Thank you and see you in my next video. Bye.